There's a little bit of concern from both Aannsha and I about leaving Aannsha alone with the boat, particularly because the weather is not steady. It's very changeable, and today was a good example of that. We had a squall that came through and we had a complete rain whiteout and 40 knots of wind.
I'm a little bit nervous because there's a thunderstorm and winds gusting up to about 36 knots today, starting very early afternoon and going right through until early tomorrow morning. So we know that the anchor is set because I dived it yesterday and it's really dug in, so that's good. We set it for the direction that the wind is predicted to blow from. There's not really a lot I can do to prep the boat any more than I already have. Baz and I went through that yesterday before he left. So I thought what I would do now is I'm going to make myself a full English breakfast and set myself up with a nice cup of tea because I don't know when I'm going to eat again.
It's food time! I've got a steak and wobbly ale pie. Big Jeff's got the hake. And the little Jeffs are going for the burgers.
It's about 1:30 now and the sky's got a lot darker. Again, you can see white caps out there, and in here it's pretty calm. I'm thinking actually that when that cloud gets maybe a bit closer in, we might get a bit more wind. Talk of the devil. Yep, here it comes. I'm going to batten down the hatches now.
Saturday just after lunchtime, and now Big Steve, or Big Jeff, is taking us to the next destination, which is the motel I've got to check into for tonight's accommodation. Right, before we do anything else, here's a quick room tour. Come this way.
Bit of a sleepless night last night. The wind changed direction and picked up again. It was coming from the west, which meant it was coming straight in through the bay. So it was quite rocky and rolly, and it also meant I was on a lee shore, just depending on the angle of the wind. I watched a couple of movies, then I tried to sleep on deck, because that way at least I could see exactly where I was, how far away I was from anywhere, you know. That lasted about 2 hours. I actually ended up sleeping in the saloon area because there was less noise there. Can you hear the waves? I sort of lay there and fell asleep just as the sun was coming up. And then woke up in time to promote the video because it's Saturday, so that was good. But I'm gonna get on with my day now. I think it's about 11:30. I went back to sleep for a couple of hours after promoting the video. I can't really string two words together, so I'm gonna stop this now. So as you can see, I'm still in 3 meters of depth of water, so even though it looks close, things always look closer actually on the boat. I've got plenty of water under the keel because that's 3 meters from the bottom of the keel. So just got to sit it out really. I'm okay now, it's daylight. But it's been a good challenge for me, being on my own and just being responsible for everything. Now I know what Baz goes through every day.
Well, this is it. Saturday night, we're at the venue, the Borough Club in Bury in Manchester, and there's a few people inside already. More to come. Follow me inside. We'll go and check it out. Due to copyright laws, I can't let you hear any of the music that was played at the venue on the night. Let me just say this though, there were nearly a dozen of the best DJs in the world from the 80s and 90s in the room that night, and the tunes that were banging out were absolutely awesome.
Now then, the man with the camera here.
Hello.
Barry Noble.
Barry Noble.
He's sailed here. He's fucking sailed here from Australia. Hey! That is the journey of journey. Big round of applause for that one. Wow! Parts up in Athens though, didn't you?
Yeah.
He parts in Athens. It was a bit choppy down the neck. So he flew the rest of the way, but that's a sterling effort. And he's not changed much either, apart from the grey hair. He still looks the same, doesn't he?
2 o'clock on Saturday, and we're getting a steady 14 to 15 knots, gusting up to 17 knots. Depending on which prediction you look at, we could get gusts of up to 35 in, of course, the nighttime hours. I had a look at the dinghy just to check that all the lines were okay, and I noticed that the back line on the dinghy was chafing. So I took the back line off, and after chatting with Baz about best positions, I've put the second line on the front as well, so both lines won't fail. Apart from that, the sun's shining, it's charging the batteries. I'm going to have a nana nap because I have a feeling I'll be awake again tonight.
Well, that was an excellent night. It's now probably 2:45 in the morning. People are still at the venue, and the DJs are still playing, and the diehards are still dancing. You can probably hear from my voice that the music was very loud, as it should be. And to converse, we had to raise our voices, and I haven't raised my voice that loud for a long time, which is why it's gone like this. It was a great night, absolutely loved it. Now I'm gonna get into bed. I'm gonna put on, like, I know it sounds stupid, but I'm gonna put on a David Attenborough wildlife channel and just chill out learning about wildlife while I drift off to sleep. That was a great night. Loved meeting everyone. Fantastic to see all the old family again, and just absolutely brilliant. Thanks, Paul, for putting it on, and thanks to everyone who attended. It was just lovely seeing you all again.
It's Sunday morning, and my eyes feel like pea holes in the snow. They're that small because I really didn't get a lot of sleep last night. It started to blow again quite hard. I clocked it blowing at 32 knots. I mean, it's not big in the overall scheme of things, but I'm on my own, I'm on a lee shore. And so I slept on deck. Well, slept, there's a word. So I stayed on deck for most of the night. Still windy. It's about 8:30. This is what I'm looking at this morning. I'm going to check the wind prediction sites now and just see what we've got in store for the rest of the day. I'm hoping it calms down for tonight, because it'll make it a lot easier to pick Barry up off the beach in the dinghy.
It is the morning after the night before, and we had arranged to meet downstairs for breakfast at 9 o'clock. It's already 9:12, so I'm a little bit late, but well, we didn't get in till, I don't know, 2:30, and I didn't get to bed till 3. I had to have a little wind down after the night. So better get down there. Where's the key card? I was in here. Get down there, get breakfast sorted out, because we get kicked out at midday. So that'll give us time to have a breakfast, chat, debrief, pack up, bugger off. And I think Creepy Crawly is going to take me to the airport. Ooh, time to go, obviously.
It seems all my lessons have been learned, and now I am treated to some beautiful sunshine and calm seas. Check this gorgeous place out. Now I can enjoy it in the final few hours before Baz gets back. It's been a great experience for me, and even though I was literally terrified the day before Baz left, thinking about all the things that could possibly go wrong, I'm very, very grateful for the experience because it showed me how calm and capable I actually can be. I'm really looking forward to hearing how Baz got on at his reunion. Hopefully he had a fabulous time. He certainly deserves it because as captain of ABC, he really does make all of the difficult decisions and takes everything on his shoulders squarely. And just these last 2-3 days have given me the opportunity to understand how much of that possibly feels like a weight on his shoulders, you know, when things do get a bit rough. It's given me more confidence being on my own here, and obviously it wasn't a really bad environment, but it was enough for me to feel tested and also gain a sense of confidence on the other side of it. So that was good. So it's been a really great experience for me, and hopefully Baz has had a fabulous time meeting up with old friends and colleagues.
Well, that was breakfast done, and I got my old mate Tony Walsh to drop me off at the airport, which was excellent. Cheers, Tony, you're a chap. And now I just got to find the EasyJet check-in at Manchester Airport and check in and sit around for a couple of hours until the flight gets called and we fly back to Greece. It's been a whirlwind, absolute whirlwind. We woke up this morning to a bit of a lee shore here. Wind's coming out of the north, mostly out of the north, and it's gone a bit choppy. But today was the day we planned to head out west to Poros anyway, which is a very protected anchorage, which will save us from all this northern stuff. Right now though, with this bouncy, you probably can't see it too much on the camera. I've got to get in the dinghy and attach the davit lines, and then we've got to haul her up, and hopefully there won't be too much bouncy while we're trying to do that. So we've just left here and we're heading way down here to Poros. One of the things we've got to do is got to get across this traffic separation scheme. This is the Athens traffic separation scheme, and the boats going north go on this side, the boats going south go on that side. When we hit the outer edge of this boatway, we've got to go directly straight across that traffic separation scheme as fast as possible, and also avoid any traffic that's coming or going.
At right angles.
Yeah, we've got to go directly right angle across, yeah. We can't do this angle that we're currently on. Those are the rules of the road. Boats of interest to us are this one here. The other boat of interest for us is this bloke coming north. And his closest approach will be about just over half a nautical mile in 14 minutes.
I'm down here so that the wind doesn't affect the microphone. We've had a cracking sail so far from Kavuri Bay, which is on the mainland, and we're heading towards Poros today because Poros has got a lot more sheltered bays than the mainland area where we were. So we're heading for Russian Bay, and that apparently has got pretty much all round shelter. When we came out of Kavuri Bay, the wind was quite high. It was higher than had been predicted, and at one point it was up around 27-28 knots, and we were flying along anywhere between 6 to 8.1 knots we clocked at one point, so that's really cool. So what we thought was going to be a 5-hour passage may well turn out to be more like a 3-hour passage. Having said that, as I speak now, and we're in the lee of Aegina Island, the wind has dropped and I can feel that the speed has gone down a bit. So that's, what's the speed now?
5.2.
5.2. Well, it's, you know, it's respectable. That's kind of what we usually base our average speed on when we're working out how long a passage is going to take anyway, about 5 knots. So I'm going to have a cup of coffee now and film a little bit more of where we are so that you can have a look too. Quite busy. Poros is quite busy with yachts. One of the reasons being, well, A, it does have charter yachts here, and the other one is that we're very close to the Corinth Canal, and people often come here as a stop-off point before or after crossing through the canal. That was an interesting sail, wasn't it, Buzz?
It was quite different, yeah. We're in Poros now, the Greek island of Poros, very close to the mainland.
Beautiful island.
It is a lovely little village, lovely little harbour.
It's green.
We have been here before. We came through here when we were on our way to Turkey from Spain last year, so we thought we'd come back. So we crossed the traffic separation scheme in the Athens Bay without any incident. It was just one ferry that we let go before we passed behind it, and then after that there was really nothing coming north or south, which was really good. We tried to anchor closer to Poros village, but we weren't happy with the depth, and we weren't happy with the fact that there are several moorings there, empty moorings for charter yachts, and the depth was something like 15 meters, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, we were at 3 to 1 in 15 meters. The holding was good, but I don't like 3 to 1.
No.
And I certainly didn't like the idea that we were that close to the charter moorings, that if the charter boats came in and moored, they'd be not swinging the same way as we'd be swinging. So
And, and the only way to get out of their way would be to shorten our chain, and we were already less than the ideal anyway.
Yeah. So we moved from there, and there's a little bay just up there from us, but I just didn't like the depths in that one either. So we've moved to this teeny tiny little bay with a nice little island behind us, and I'm happy with the depths here. We're in 7 meters, and we've got what, 35 out.
Yeah,
Close
35.
enough?
Yeah. So is this Russian Bay or is this next to Russian Bay?
I don't know. It could be Russian Bay.
Could be a part of Russian Bay, because I think Russian Bay's got a few little doodads.
So we're here for a few days, I think. We need to get some work done. I'd really ideally like to wait for the weather to clear up and get some sunshine and find out which way the wind finally wants to blow before we head back and head in the direction of the Evia Channel.
Yeah.
Right now though, it's time to open up some hatches and let the hot air out from the inside of the boat, and I think we'll have a beer.
We'll have a bit. I think we deserve a bit, and
I
then
think so.
I might have an Anna nap before I do the editing of the video that should actually be going out today for our patrons, because they get it earlier. But I'm sorry, So we had such a different kind of weekend. It's just...
Yeah. I'm still recovering from the weekend.
So am I.
Next week on Sailing ABC, we take some time to check out Poros town, and we also reveal our plans for the winter. If you're not already a subscriber, don't forget to click the button down below and click on the bell icon so you get notifications every time we release a brand new episode of Sailing ABC. And leave a comment too. We love to hear from you.